I'm recording this, I have 140 subscribers, and I'm planning on uploading this today, so that should be pretty up to date and accurate. But it has been 5 months since I've had this channel, and I've watched other videos that are similar to this and really enjoyed them, and they've been helpful. So I'm gonna share 3 ways that YouTube has changed my life in that time, and then at the end 3 tips for beginners, and especially one that I really wish I had known. It would have saved me so much time and trouble. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I have gained confidence in a skill that I can use professionally. I am a photographer, and so I have all this equipment, but I have not done videography. And so doing YouTube has really helped me build that up, get better at it, get faster at it. And I had a neighbor who saw one of my YouTube videos, and then she hired me to do their adoption story and record their son coming home for the first time. So that was a lot of fun, and also she paid me more than I would have charged for just a regular photo session. So I've also been able to have this creative outlet in a different way, and I get to have a more flexible schedule that doesn't depend on other people. So with photo sessions, I am coordinating with their schedule to book the time and place of their photo shoot. Whereas if I'm creating a YouTube video, I can work around my own schedule, and I can work while my husband's working and be off while my husband is off, which has been amazing. And since I had this video idea and script all planned out, my husband actually was in the hospital for almost a week, and like we had to go out of town, so the whole thing was about a week. And so I didn't have to worry about rescheduling anything. I just took that time off and am back at it, and that's why I'm gonna publish this today to stay on my schedule. But it hasn't interfered with anything like that, and it's been really nice. So I am super grateful for that I can just have my own schedule. A lot of people want photo sessions while their spouse is home so he can be in the pictures, and that has meant that I'm working while my husband's off, and I'm like, no, I want to be together. So this has been a really nice change, and I treat it like a full-time job. When he's working, I'm working, and it has definitely built my confidence to where I would feel better about giving videography a try in weddings for the future. So that's kind of exciting. Okay, the second one is that I'm able to help other people, and I have been going into other people's homes and helping them declutter and posting those videos on YouTube. And even though I don't charge for that, some people have chosen to pay me anyway, which has been really nice. And I've actually made $575 that I would say was just because I had the YouTube channel. And if I hadn't done that, then they probably wouldn't have hired me for those specific jobs. So that's kind of crazy. And again, this is just within 5 months of having YouTube. I started this channel in October of 2023. So that does include people hiring me to do videography and then also photography, because they're like, I'm decluttering their house and they're like, oh, you're a photographer too? Because that's kind of how I mentioned it, where I'm like, I have this gear already, and my sister told me I should start this channel where I just go help other people declutter. So I've actually done other videos as well that are just fun too, in addition to that, because the helping other people declutter, those take a lot more effort. So I only do those once a month, and they're a lot more like editing and planning. But I can also go to those people's houses while my husband is working, so that has been nice. So while I was building this channel, I did a lot of research, and by research I mean watching other YouTube videos. So for those of you who don't know, you do have to have 1,000 subscribers before you can monetize on YouTube, and 4,000 watch hours. So I don't have that, but so I was really surprised that I was still making money because I had started a YouTube channel, even though it wasn't from YouTube. But I did want to share that my sister has over 3,000 subscribers, and she has just recently gotten monetized. And when I was writing this up, they had about $75, and now they have over 100. So you have to have 100 before YouTube will pay that portion out to you. So that has been exciting because they have 7 kids, so they could definitely use the money. And like, it's crazy that that can really be life-changing. And they have a family band, so that's what their YouTube is. And they just moved from a house in town to 5 acres in the country and starting a little homestead. So if you're interested in that, I will link to it. They have, let's see, when I first wrote this, they had 240,000 views on their Sweet Home Alabama practice recording, and now it has over 265,000 views. So that's kind of crazy and exciting. And to put that in perspective, my most watched video has 1,300 views, but they've had this channel for 6 years. So the third way that YouTube has changed my life is through friendships. And I know this is gonna sound really weird, especially because I haven't really made friends with any of my viewers yet, but I do feel like other YouTubers are my friends. And one of the cool things about it is because we move all the time, they can be like a steady friend, and also, you know, I can take them with me wherever we go, you know, a different country, all that kind of thing. And like, you might think it's sad, but I think it's awesome and helpful. But because I do have friends in real life too, and I have friends at each place that we move, I make new friends. And then I also have friends from college still, so over 10 years, and we'll still like mail packages to each other and try to visit each other once a year at least, and that kind of thing. But you know, we live across the country from each other, so it's helpful to have someone from each category. And I also consider some of my family to be friends too. And I'm also not the type of person who needs a lot of friends. I've also really enjoyed helping other people declutter in their houses, and that's given me some in-person interaction instead of just staring at a screen all day. But I love meeting people when I do that as well. Plus, I love the idea of becoming that online friend for someone else who is watching my videos, and I'm able to help them and geek out about things that maybe their in-person friends aren't so much. So that's kind of one thing that I love about the YouTubers that I watch, like the ones who are decorating and doing all these DIY projects. Like, I don't have people in my life that we just do that all the time. My husband actually is pretty good at that, but you know, he's working full-time, so he doesn't do that as much, especially at his current job. Okay, so before I get to the 3 tips for beginners, if you're interested in starting a YouTube channel, I wanted to let you know that these are not my typical videos, even though I do want to do more videos about YouTube and being a YouTuber. But I typically do videos about simplifying life at home. And so if you're interested in that, or you know, different products that are really helpful and useful, or ways to be more intentional and kind of slow living, then I would love for you to subscribe and become my online friend. But let's get into the 3 tips for beginners. So first, don't rush to record everything. I got so excited in the beginning and was just recording video, and I'm like, oh, this would be great B-roll footage, and this is so pretty, and oh, I need to record this before I do it, so I have that footage. And then I had so much that my computer was going slower. I had to start backing it up onto an external hard drive, and so that was kind of crazy. And I still have so much footage that I haven't even used yet, and I've been doing this for 5 months. And I've been posting on average a video a week. So I would just say record what you're about to post, because that also makes editing a lot easier because it's fresh in your mind, so you know what is on the videos. Because at this point I'm going back and watching these videos and I'm like, I don't even remember what I said or what is on here. So that is one of my biggest tips that will save you so much hassle, and I haven't heard a lot of other people talk about that. I'll link to a couple of videos that really helped me the most with getting started and staying organized and having enough video ideas and scheduling and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully that helps you. Okay, the second one is to get ahead while you're first starting out. So I was like a month or two ahead, maybe just 6 weeks or something. And then we went on a 2-week vacation, and I guess like the week before I also wasn't doing that much for it, and then the week after, you know, I'm kind of catching up on other stuff at home and unpacking. And so I got basically back to where I was starting and like posting only like a week ahead, and now I'm just posting the day of. So I still need to catch up. So it's really helpful if you can build that in early on and then just schedule them out, and then still produce one each week and schedule it even further out and kind of just keep adding to it. So now, like when I do get behind, I have a list of video ideas and everything, so I try to do the easier ones or the ones I already have a lot of footage for, and the ones that I can post faster so that I can still stay on schedule. But I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna catch up, because I thought I would be caught up by now because I was behind in January, and now it's March and I'm still not caught up, so we'll see. So I may have only been ahead 2 to 4 weeks before our vacation. That's what I just read in my notes, so that's probably more accurate than what I just said. But everything just had suddenly seemed like a great video idea. Everything became a good video idea, so I just started recording it. But I also created a list, and that really helped me keep track of those ideas so I don't forget, and then I can go back and look at that list and be like, oh, I'm really excited to record this one today, or to share this one soon, or oh, this holiday is coming up that would go perfectly with that video, so I should schedule it for then. So that's been really helpful. So the third one I would say is to keep track of your subscribers. So 140 doesn't sound like a lot, you know, compared to everyone else on YouTube. And I actually started out with 39 in October, so because I've had YouTube for ages, but I haven't really been serious about having a channel and posting stuff. But I posted my first one on October 10th. So on the 10th of every month, I put in a little spreadsheet or Google Doc how many subscribers I had on that day. And so you can watch it grow, and that's really encouraging, because there are going to be so many days when it's discouraging and feels like there's no one. And actually looking at it so frequently, sometimes it makes me really notice like, oh, actually someone unsubscribed. And it's like, oh, sad face. But it really helps to watch it grow and see how your videos are resonating with people. So definitely don't make an obsession of this. This is why I tried to do it just once a month, even though I still look at it more than that. I also do keep track of monthly watch hours, just so I can quickly glance at those numbers and see the growth and compare and see the difference. So just track the ones that you're interested in, but just track it in some way to see that you are growing, and it is pretty cool. Okay, I didn't realize I actually have 4 tips. So the fourth one is to use BRoll. So I mentioned that briefly earlier, but A-roll is what you're watching now, where I am sitting in front of the camera talking to you. That's the main content of this video. B-roll is when I show a clip of a video that relates to what I'm talking to right now. And that, I realized, is what I loved about the main YouTubers that I watch regularly. It's one of the biggest things, and it just makes it so much more interesting. So I said I had 39 subscribers before I started this particular channel and topic, and that's like, I did have some because I would talk about things like I've written a book, and so I talked about how to do that, and I talked about like the first year of marriage because I was curious about that before I got married, and they were just me sitting there talking and kind of boring. Well, some of the writing ones were a little better, but anyway, that's how I had some subscribers. But for how many videos I had posted, which I've gone back and marked those where you can't view them anymore right now, mark them as private or unlisted. But that's been kind of crazy to see how just adding B-roll has really gotten my channel to grow and continue to grow. And I did start in October, and I think that it helped for December because there are so many seasonal topics, and I really did a lot of those. Even though I was kind of behind, I was just like posting during the season instead of just before, but that still helped me grow. And especially, I think decluttering becomes really popular right after Christmas, and that was the video that has 1,300 views. And even though, you know, it wasn't that different than my other videos, so it was, I think a lot of it was the timing of that video, which, I mean, maybe it was a little better than some of mine, but, and shorter, whatever. Like, it's hard to know why certain videos take off, but that was my best guess about that. So of course it is a little more work, but it's also fun doing B-roll to me. I'm like, this is more like being a real videographer, and like you can get some pretty shots and everything. And especially because I, like I said, have these cameras for photography, and so I'm like, I might as well use them because they're great for video too. And so that was just fun to do those little quick shots. Okay, and so when I wrote this, I think I wrote this script like just a couple of weeks ago, I feel like, and I had 119 subscribers. So it is kind of fun to see. I think I've gotten like basically 1 subscriber a day recently, but still. Oh, that means I finally just hit 100 new subscribers. So from 39 to 139, 140. So I just realized that because in my notes I said, so not even 100 new subscribers, because I only had 119 at that time. So thank you guys for subscribing. Oh my goodness. But I usually do get more views than I have subscribers. But I realize as my subscribers are growing, I'm not necessarily getting as many views as I have subscribers. Does that make sense? So I have a video that has 48 views. So back when I had 39 subscribers, like that's more than how many subscribers I have. But now that I have 140, then it seems like 48 is so terrible. But I also have my minimalist packing video that I just posted has, I think, over 700 views now, while I still have only 140. So just think about that, and don't get discouraged as you grow, even though you think, you know, every video will have more and more views, which over time, yes, that does kind of happen. But anyway, just wanted to encourage you in that, like, sometimes it'll feel like you're going backwards, but over time, it continues to build and build. And overall, it is growing and getting more. Just wanted to let you know that you're not the only one if that happens to you, and so that it wouldn't really take you by surprise like it did for me. One bonus tip I forgot about goes along with editing, but it really helped me to edit faster once I started going ahead and making the A-roll video 2 times the speed, or sometimes even more, because I already know what I was talking about. It just gives me a chance to
more quickly get to the pauses and breaks that I take so that I can delete those. And then once I have all of those removed, I can slow it back down to a normal speed and refine it even more.
So for me, YouTube has already been worth it just in these 5 months, but I'm also not dependent on an income from it. So that makes a big difference. I also have time for it, and I know that if I want to, I could quit. But as of right now, I don't. And I also could cut back and do just one video every other week or just once a month or something like that. But for now, it's fun and I have so many ideas. So I want to keep going with it, and I love being able to help you guys. But I did kind of get discouraged and quit before. That's why I've done so many different topics.
So just have fun with it and give it a try.